So getting a woman to notice and approach you on social media involves using the same methods to getting her noticing and approaching you in real life. The difference is, on social media, you can leverage social media to reframe things to what you want to make it much more easy to get a woman to notice you and hopefully approach you. Now let's talk about all of that. What's going on, guys? My name is Assam from dopelifecoaching.com, and today I'm going to be talking about how to make a woman notice and approach you on social media. So for all the first timers on this channel who want consistent updates on everything dating and relationships related, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you want consistent updates for every time a new video is released, make sure you hit the bell icon so that you don't miss a single thing. So these are the things that you really need to leverage in order to get noticed and approached by women on social media. You need to leverage your looks as much as possible. You don't need to be Brad Pitt, but you still need to leverage your looks and your style. You need to leverage the power of social proof, which we'll get to in a second. And you need to also leverage similar interests. Now, those 3 points, you should make them your best friend, because what I'm about to explain can really work for you if you really grasp them. So before anything, in order to meet the looks requirement, I want you to go ahead right now or right after this video and post on your social media. That includes your Instagram and hopefully also your Facebook, the more the merrier, your 4 absolute best pictures. And obviously you should be posting as your profile picture the best one out of them, if you haven't yet already, of course. Now you might ask, well, my photos kind of suck and I really don't know what to do. If that's the case, you really need to probably consult a photographer, go to the barber and ask him about the best style or haircut that will suit you, or you might as well just do both. And I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to do both, so don't give me the excuse that you can't do that. And the idea behind these pictures is you want to be posting anything that implies style, fun, and just good vibes in general. You don't want to be with a serious face all the time. Maybe one of your pictures could be you in a wedding having fun. Maybe another one could be you snowboarding. Maybe a third could be you meditating. A fourth of them could be a picture of you and you just came out of the barber shop and you look really fresh. Or a picture of you with some nice fresh clothes on that attract people a lot, and that's gonna get a lot of likes and comments. Now, just for the sake of giving you an example, here are a couple of my best photos that got a lot of attention because I leveraged the power of looks and social media to my advantage. Now the next point, social proof. Now social proof in simple terms is when other people see that you are interesting to other people in some way, shape, or form. When they see that other people are interested, they automatically assume that you're someone who is worth talking to or someone who's valuable. Now there's several ways to do this. A couple of ways are using your kick-ass photos, your most recent photos, or you just post something hilarious or interesting, something that you thought was funny, and when a lot of people like it and comment on it, that gives you social proof, because then it's like when you're scrolling on your social media and you see that this one post is very engaging and a lot of people are commenting and liking it, you start to think, what's this post about? It seems really interesting. Now, there's no one specific way to do this, and I'm obviously not going to give you a psychology one-on-one course in order to teach you how to have social proof, but let me just give you a couple examples. Now, there was this one post I made a couple of years ago, and I read it somewhere as like a meme, or I can't remember, just a photo, and I thought it was really interesting and funny, so I decided to share it. Now, the post said something like this. It said, "Fun fact, if you attempt to rob a bank, you will have no trouble with food, rent, or bills for the next 10 years of your life, regardless of whether or not you were successful at it." So I read it and I thought it was hilarious. I was like, wait a minute, I kind of knew this, but at the same time, I wasn't fully aware. And because of that, because people thought it was interesting, there was a lot of likes and a lot of comments. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what the exact numbers were because I don't remember them myself. But the idea is there was a bit of social proof. And when people scrolled on Instagram or Facebook, actually it was Facebook, they're like, oh, this guy has an interesting post. Maybe he's worth talking to. People automatically assume that when they see that a lot of people are engaging on your post, because then it gives you social proof. And then they think this must be valuable information. This must be an interesting guy. This must be a fun guy, a cool guy, or whatever. And so that's just one example. Another example is actually just a couple days ago, I just got a new kitten. You know, I have a soft spot for animals. And I posted this kitten on my Instagram story, and sure enough, what happened? I had 10 girls DM me and reply to that story. And not a single guy did, but it was all girls. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that all these women were interested in me like that, but what I'm saying is, it's a really good head start because it gives you social proof. There's something that's really valuable that you're sharing, and a lot of people are liking it. A lot of people like it means you must be an interesting person. And that by itself, it automatically implies similar interests, because when you like animals or kittens specifically, and someone who really likes kittens sees that, there's much more of a chance for things to move in your desired direction with the woman you're attracted to if she has the same interests. Why? Because the similar interests are already there and social proof is already there. So speaking of similar interests, this is the point that can really, really, really work for you if it's done the right way. Of course, that's as long as you meet her looks requirement. Again, you really don't have to be Brad Pitt, but as long as you look acceptable, maybe above a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10 in her eyes. Now, the idea is when you start to post about the things that you're really interested in, you're going to attract not every woman, but the right woman. And that's the key. If you're interested in snowboarding and she sees that, oh, every couple of days she sees a post about you somewhere outside with your friends snowboarding, she's going to be like, wow, this is interesting. She might ask you on your Instagram story, where was this? And then you can reply, and then you can create some rapport and build some rapport, which, by the way, there's another video on my channel for that. Now, let's take me, for example. I'm a really avid reader when it comes to personal development books. And a lot of times on my Facebook and on my Instagram stories, more so my Instagram stories, I post about this stuff because I really, really like it. It's something that I'm very passionate about. And so a lot of times when I post it on my story, there's girls that message me. I'm not saying this happens every time, but it does happen. And then they'll be like, what is this book about? Or this is interesting stuff. Or they'll just reply with that 100 emoji, which basically means like, this is a good post. This is a good picture, a good book. And so from there, maybe she can ask, what's this book about? And then I can talk to her. And then when that happens, I can start building rapport the right way, and there's already similar interests. So you already have a head start. You have a head start because the similar interests are already there. She sees that you like the same things that she likes. You don't have to sit there and explain what you like and what you dislike, what you're passionate about, what you hate. Why? Because it's already there. She sees it. And when she sees it a lot of times, you start to stand out in her eyes. She might not be into meditation, for example, and not every woman's going to be into the stuff that you're into. Some girls are going to think it's weird, and that's okay, because you filter out the wrong women from the right women. You want the right women for you. And those are the ones which, when they eventually approach you, or they give you a signal that they like your post, for example, maybe then you can approach them. It's kind of like an invitation to approach, or hopefully, of course, an actual approach from them. And then when that happens, you can build the rapport, and you can build a connection, and then escalate things to where you want them to be. And that's exactly how you do it. Now, it's all about at least having acceptable looks in her eyes to get your foot in the door, and then posting about interesting stuff to leverage the power of social proof, and then most importantly, the aspect of similar interests. Now that's about it, guys. If you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe and hit the bell icon if you don't want to miss a single thing and get consistent updates. Now, there's a video on the screen right now which can be very, very valuable to you because it relates directly to this video right here. So watch that, comment down in the comment section below, and tell me exactly what you think of that video. So that's it, man. Until next time. Peace.